Stop running towards it, dumbass. You don't have a gun or a vest on.
Is the subject shooting or did you shoot? Negative, did not shoot. Unit right there, just stand off, the gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa, stay off. Strike, man down. 435, work on 4. One shoot.
Negative, it did not shoot. Unit right there, just stand off, the gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa, stay off. Oh! Jesus Christ, man down.
435, work on 4.
U1, PT7.
Okay, never mind. Arizona Pavilion.
Alright, one round just went out into the sky. It's definitely unlocked now. It's definitely loaded. Have units be prepared.
Kidboard, is the subject shooting or did you? One, he's down.
In question, his name is Mario Valencia. This is some incredible dash cam video just released from the Marana, Arizona Police Department that is near Tucson. This information comes to us from affiliate KOLD. That station says police were following an armed suspect on foot. This is back on February 19th, we should say. This is a man named Mario Valencia, who police say had stolen a rifle from a Walmart and fired a shot as he was walking. We pick it up as an officer in one police cruiser is slowly following this suspect, giving information to his dispatchers. Then you see another cruiser speed around that officer and barrel into this man. We have to warn viewers, as Wolf mentioned, this video is graphic and could be disturbing to some.
1U1, PT7.
Okay, never mind. Arizona Pavilion.
Alright, one round just went out into the sky. It's definitely unlocked now. It's definitely loaded. Have units be prepared.
Kidboard, is the subject shooting or did you shoot?
Negative, it did not shoot. Unit right there, just stand off. The gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa, stay off. Oh! Jesus Christ, man down.
That suspect survived that hit. Now, according to KOLD, the police...
Unit right there, just stand off. The gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa, stay off. Strike, man down.
You don't want to do this. I got a male, Hispanic male. He's got the gun to his neck. He still has the weapon. Now we want
Can I get a shot off? Can I, situation we've got to stand off. We call out SWAT and, we secure everything as best we can and get him contained. But he's not contained, and I think that's another very important point for this whole thing is
Negative,
the lack of containment on this individual.
Unit right there, just stand off. The gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa, stay off. Oh! Jesus Christ, man down.
435, work on 4. Kidboard, is the subject shooting or did you shoot?
Negative, did not shoot. Unit right there, just stand off. The gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa, stay off.
The things that run through your head,
Oh! Jesus Christ, man down.
435, work on 4.
Great news. We actually have a cop in America who not only did the right thing, but is a bit of a hero, really. His name is Officer Jesse Kidder. He had found out that there was a guy on the streets who was trying to basically do suicide by cop. The dispatcher told him this, and so he told him to be wary. Now, the guy is super aggressive in coming towards him. At some point, you're going to see the video, Officer Kidder actually gets knocked down, and he still doesn't shoot the guy. It's amazing, okay? And so he was wearing a body camera, so we got to see all of it. So let's watch the video, and then I'll give you more details afterwards.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up right now! Stop! Stop right there! I don't want to shoot you, man! I don't want to shoot you! Don't ever step it up! Don't do it, man! I'll shoot you! Shoot you! No, you won't! No, you won't! Get back! Get back! Get your hands out of your pocket! Shoot me! Get your hands out of your pocket now! No, man! I'm not gonna do it! Shoot me! Shoot me! Shoot me! Don't let it step it up now! Dude, I'll shoot you! Back up! Back up! Get down on the ground!
I'll call our cars, be advised, subject is running, subject is running.
Keep your hands out, keep your hands out. You want to get shot, you understand that? Yeah, sure.
Wow, incredible restraint. So he had actually pursued this guy, his name is Michael Wilcox, the suspect in the case, into Kentucky. The officer's originally from Ohio, and the suspect was suspected of traveling there to kill someone. So possibly highly dangerous. He's got his hands in his pockets. And Officer Kidder backs up throughout this video as you watch it here, right? This guy, I think, is an absolute American hero. I think a lot of cops would say, hey, wait a minute now, he took too many risks. I wouldn't have taken those risks. The guy says, shoot me, and he's threatening to do violence, and he's got his hands in his pocket, and he's approaching the officer. I think a lot of cops would have already shot that guy. And you know what? That guy would be dead right now. He didn't need to die. He isn't dead. And Officer Kidder acted with great courage. Not just restraint, but courage. And to say, hey, you know what? My pride isn't as important as doing the right thing here. A lot of people, they don't back up because of their pride, not because, oh, it would make the situation more dangerous necessarily. Now, he's a 27-year-old Marine veteran, the officer here, and he'd been just a police officer for a year. Obviously had gone through plenty of danger in his life, and I love that he did the right thing here. And then finally he said, law enforcement officers all across the nation have to deal with split-second decisions that mean life or death. I wanted to be absolutely sure before I used deadly force. Fantastic, man. If every cop in America reacted the way that Officer Kidder did, then I think we'd be in a lot better situation. I think communities across the country would respect and trust the police officers a lot more. And somebody's alive today because of his restraint and his courage. And I think that's a wonderful thing. Now, Michael Wilcox doesn't seem like the best character in the world, but who knows, maybe he's got mental health issues. Obviously, if he's trying to get killed by a cop, he's got significant mental health issues. There's a lot of things that need to be done with him, but killing him wasn't one of them. So thank God Kidder showed the courage that he did. Great work.
Several months, police shootings in the United States have generated international media attention, and from Ferguson, Missouri to Wisconsin to South Carolina, many of the victims have been blackmailed, shot by white police officers. Americans are increasingly asking, what is going on? Is it racism? Could it be a lack of training? Or is there a deep-rooted cultural problem that needs to be addressed in law enforcement departments across the U.S.? We begin with this report from CCTV's John Gilmore.
In Oklahoma, Eric Harris ran from police, was tackled to the ground and shot.
Oh, he shot me!
The 73-year-old reserve deputy who allegedly pulled the trigger is now charged with manslaughter. Earlier this month in South Carolina, an unarmed man, Walter Scott, was shot in the back several times as he tried to avoid arrest. Police officer Michael Slager has been charged with his murder. They're the latest cases involving police killings in the past year that has people protesting across the U.S. In Ferguson, Missouri, people were outraged last year when an unarmed black male, Michael Brown, was gunned down by a white police officer. The officer says he fired in self-defense and was never charged. According to the monitoring group KilledByPolice.net, more than 1,000 Americans were killed in the U.S. by police last year. And so far this year, the number has reached 328. One of those victims was black teenager Tony Robinson. He was shot by a white police officer in Madison, Wisconsin last month after a reported confrontation inside an apartment. Tony Robinson! Protesters took to the streets there too, demanding justice. And in February, a dramatic shooting of a Mexican immigrant by police in Washington state has Latinos concerned about how some members of law enforcement are treating their community. Meanwhile, few police are charged in fatal shooting incidents in the U.S. A recent analysis by the Washington Post newspaper showed that since 2005, just 54 officers were charged in thousands of fatal shootings. And in those cases, many officers were cleared or acquitted. It leaves some in the U.S. wondering, how can it be that Americans are being killed by those sworn to serve and protect them? John Gilmore, CCTV.
Stop running towards it, dumbass! You don't have a gun or a vest on!
Right, man down! 435, North Block 4.
1U1, PT7.
Arizona Pavilion.
Alright, one round just went out into the sky. It's definitely unlocked now. It's definitely loaded. Have units be prepared.
Is a subject shooting or did you? Is a subject shooting or did you shoot? Negative, did not shoot. Unit right there, just stand off. Stand off. The gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa. Stay off.
Shoot. Negative, did not shoot. Unit right there, just stand off. Stand off. The gun is loaded. Unit on Continúa. Stay off. Oh! Jesus Christ, man down.
435, North Block 4. 1 he's down.